How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Mali Club. Hope everyone's alright and everyone's doing well. Just going to be a video for what I've been up to for the past 2 months. I've got a few pickups here to show. There's not much quantity here. I've had a few items not fall through for some deals, and I've had a few items that's not show up, which hopefully I can put in the next video. So I think I'll break this down into what I did in February and what I did in March. So February, not really picked up much. Still feeling a bit surreal going to game shops, unless I actually had to, like I did to meet Rich at Old School Gaming. But I wanted to save all what money I had for the Black Country Games Fair, which was Dana and Harper's event. I initially wanted to go there, not really much for pickups, but to support the guys in their first venture and to also meet some of you guys for the first time as well. Some of you guys that I knew was close with John Retro Kit. I knew some of you may have attended the Black Country Games Fair, and I wanted to meet you on the first time under good circumstances. Let's just say that. So we'll talk about the event itself. So for their first event hosting, and for my first ever games event attending, me personally really did enjoy it. Thought nice little small venue, good group of vendors there. You had not just game people selling their collections. You had people selling neon signs. You had Paul at Black Country T-shirts, who printed my Bubble Bobble T-shirt. Again, thanks to Pete Fighter 2 and Eddie Rollercall for the idea and the design. Yeah, that was a real nice touch. But yeah, back to the event. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Nice group of vendors there. Yeah, people like Retro Repair Bear there, Claire, with Russ Retro Bear helping her out, stalling out. You had Dylan Hyper Trigger X and Eddie Rollercall stalling out. Daniel stalling out, and also Rich at Old School Gaming had a few nice pieces for sale as well. Yeah, so for my first event, thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'll talk about who I spoke to there. So I spoke to Russ, and obviously had a good chat with Russ. Saw James, Retro Import Gamer again. Always nice to speak to James. And who I met for the first time, I'm going to try and list it off the top of my head. If anyone's name who I forgot, I apologise, but I think I've got everyone down here. So I met Pete, Fighter 2, I met Paul, Ink Northerner, Sean Retro Games Revived, Steve at Cooper's World, and I briefly said hello to Dale at Daily Retro as well. So that's who I met there. Great to meet you guys for the first time. And it won't be the last time either, as obviously it wasn't for some of us anyway. So I had the early bird ticket, and I think it was a nice idea what the guys did for it. This was the wristband that everyone got as an early bird. Thought it was a nice little gesture. I have got a clean one of these, and I've put with the Call of Duty 3 that I got for the Xbox 360 in my last video off Dana. So we'll talk about the pickups that I got in at the fair. I picked up a few items here. So first off is one I got from Dana's store. I want to make sure Dana at least brought something off Dana's store for, it's kind of a thank you as well for hosting the event as well. So I picked up a real nice copy of Alien Trilogy for the Sega Saturn. Really happy with the condition with this. It's probably one of the few Sega Saturn games which isn't going to fall apart as I open it. There we go. Manual in this is like pristine, near enough. So really happy to have that. I can't remember if I played that first on the PlayStation 1 or Sega Saturn, but I've got the Saturn version anyway. This game I think I picked up at Ant Harper's store, and there's a reason why I picked this up, which I'll come to in a bit. I picked up the Super Scope 6 cart off Ant Harper's store. Off Eddie and Dylan's store, I picked up Burnout Revenge for the PSP. I absolutely love Burnout games, and I'm a sucker for. You remember back in 2000, the mid 2000s with the EA tracks and the variety of songs that it was on there. I'm a sucker for things like for games with them on. So this has got like a good selection of songs on there. A lot of them were on Burnout Revenge, but this is still in my PSP and I'm thoroughly enjoying that. And then this one, I think I got from Get Gaming Store, and it's Tomb Raider: Last Revelation. I wanted to boost my Dreamcast collection, so I've gone from 1 to 2. So, well, I've got fond memories of playing Last Revelation, but I think it was on the PlayStation 1, the one I played. So, yeah, I'd like to give that a go. Right, so next would come to CX pickups. So, yeah, so I did a trip to CX. There's one game that I had my eye on, saw that it was in one of my locals. So, I went to go and get it. Been watching a few deep dives into the series, and it's one series that I would like to get into. So I picked up Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo. So in the window it was like this. When I asked to be shown it, it was like this. So I thought nothing wrong with it until I looked at the back, and the back of it looked like that. Now, I'm a reformed smoker, and I think my lungs look as bad as they did. So, I wanted to change the case, so that's why I picked up the CinemaScope 6 just to take the back off it, and to put it on that one to now have a nice clean copy of Super Metroid. I know I've tested it to make sure it works, and checked it to make sure it's legit. Just not put much time into it at the moment. At the same time, in the same store, they had this as well, which I used to be a massive fan of, the cartoon of this. It's Earthworm Jim. So yeah, picked both of them up at CX, or at CX Bearwood, let's just say that. And that brings us to March. So March, I've only picked up 3 games. So I'll start off with the only vintage pickup I've got. Saw this for £2. I just took a punt on it. Got fond memories of playing this, so I picked it up. The seller decided to sellotape this inside of a cardboard box. Don't ask me why. Probably just to save on buying bubble wrap. I don't know. So it's a bit grubby that I haven't cleaned it up yet, but I'm looking to get a replacement case for this. That's Tony Hawk Skateboarding. So the teeth inside holding a disc. This probably has more teeth than a local lass. So yeah, in time I will replace the case on that. And it comes to my trip to CX in March. So on the day of John's funeral, which was the 14th of March. Obviously the funeral was until 2 PM. So I had a few bits and bobs to do in the daytime, and I just thought I'd go into CX, and I picked up 2 games there. So the first game I picked up is Saw for the PlayStation 3. From one of the videos I've seen of this, with the little puzzles and things you have to do in it, looks very interesting. So I'll be interested to see how that plays. I say that a lot, don't I? And then the next one, I picked this up in last month's video on the 360, and said I'll wait and see if I can get the PS3 version. Luckily, my local one had it, which is Burnout Paradise, the Ultimate Box. I have been playing it on Xbox One Game Pass, because I've got Xbox Game Pass for 12 months due to my phone contract. So, because a few titles I've been playing on there, I'm looking to try and get the Yakuza series done that's on there eventually. And it came to John's actual funeral. John's flowers weren't your conventional flowers. They were in arrangements which were gaming inspired. They're really nicely done. There was like a Zelda one, the Pokeball one, and a Bob and Bob for Bubble Bobble one as well. So yeah, so a lot of YouTubers turned up. A lot of you travelled far and wide to come and pay your respects and attend the funeral. And I know some of you had some difficulties travelling, but I just want to say personally, again, thank you for attending. I think the day would have been a lot different for me if you guys hadn't come. Although I had my mum with me for the actual ceremony, it was good to catch up with some of you guys at the wake as well. I had a cracking conversation with Eddie Rollercall and Dana about YouTube and everything. Give me some pointers, you know. Really enjoyed that. So cheers, guys. And Sean, it was lovely to meet Lorraine and Russ. Lovely to actually finally meet Claire as well and have a good chat with Claire. So yeah, so I'm going to mention, I just want to thank every single one of you. I'm sorry if you don't want to be mentioned, but you got my respect. So to Russ, to Claire, to Dana, to Sean, to Lorraine, to Eddie Rollercall, to Paul Northerner, to Rob Gunnaldino, to Martin Geekmaster, to Al Big Game Al, and to Liam Retro Ram. I just want to say thanks a lot for attending. Also, me and Dane have been talking about something I mentioned in my tribute video to John. So I mentioned that me and John and another lad did a walk from school all the way to Sega Supplies in Old Hill. After school, and a few people, including Dana, I said, you know, if we ever wanted to recreate that walk, we could do. So I plotted out the route, and it's about 3.2 miles, so it's not that long. It's all downhill, and we go past the pub, which actually was the pub that we had the wake in. So if anyone is feeling like they'd like to do that, obviously contact me or Dana. There's ways you can contact me now, and we can take it from there. I don't think we're going to be doing it for John's birthday, because I think there's already things in motion that I'm going to be attending instead. So yeah, but what I will be doing to mark John's birthday this year is I'll probably do an Xbox 360 collection video. I know some people aren't the biggest fans of Xbox 360, but to me the console, it's very nostalgic to me, not just for John, but for two other people who I'd like to talk about as well when that time comes in April. So yeah, so that's everything I've done for the past couple of months. Again, it's nice to speak to some of you guys and finally to meet you. So yeah, so I'll catch you guys in the next one.